we had a big old update on Kraven the Hunter, which is the movie coming out after Morbius, for Sony's Marvel universe of characters, whatever they're calling it.
The Sunk.
The Sunk.
The Sunk.
So, Kraven is going to be based on Kraven's Last Hunt.
Yep. And it's going to be an origin movie. We're going to start off his origin with his last hunt. Makes sense.
Okay.
But Sony's going to Sony. Like, let's be honest. Like,
yeah.
It's very... So, he's only got one big plotline people know. Let's do that for a start.
Mm-hmm. And even in these reports and what the, writer even said, it's going to feature Spider-Man. Now, I've talked to two separate people that don't know each other. These are my Spidey contacts. One is the one that's been pretty much correct on everything I've talked about this year that a lot of other people have reported on, like the set visits, the Mysterio fighting in Prague, that we were going to see that and everything. Like, I told people about that weeks ahead. He gave me the worrying news of that this ain't MCU Spidey, and this is going to be a new iteration of the character. So,
see, I'd be surprised if he actually does even show up.
Yeah.
Like, yes, they can want him in there, and yes, they can write him in there. Don't mean that Disney's going to let them have it in there. Like, yes, Sony still own the rights, but if they're under contract, they can't technically use him, surely.
So, what I've kind of been alluded to, now it's never been 100% told to me directly, so I can't, verify what the thing is that the Homecoming or, like, Far From Home, the MCU Spidey films don't count towards the contract that Sony still has to put out Spider-Man movies. So, think of it as, how Origins wasn't...
So they have to do a Spider-Man movie to keep the rights.
Exactly, and it has to be a live-action version of the character at some point within that 5 years that they have to put him out in. So that's what I was alluded to, and it makes me think it's like they're going to have to at some point do something with him. So that's the big worrisome here, because it's like, Sony.
But then remember when Fox had, like, they were, we're developing a Fantastic Four versus X-Men movie, and then Marvel was like, you can't do that. That's not part of your rights.
Right.
Plus, it won't count for you keeping the Fantastic Four because you're not making a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Would that count with that? Because it's not a Spider-Man movie; it's a Kraven movie.
Right. It's so weird.
Would that still let them keep the rights? No. Of course, I'll never know. No one will ever know what's actually written on those, apart from people that sign them, and obviously the thousands and millions of lawyers that look at it every day. But
yeah,
I'll be interested to see if that's the case or if it isn't.
I mean, it could be a scenario where, like, remember how X-Men Origins was coming at? It was just supposed to be called Wolverine Origins, but legally they had to slap the X-Men title on there to hang on to those, like, 3-year rights or whatever the revolving ones on X-Men were. So they're like, I guess you better slap on X-Men on there. Like, okay, it's like, it's probably something along those lines. So
it's going to be Spider-Man Kraven's Last Hunt. Starring Kraven featuring a small tidbit from Spider-Man.
It wouldn't surprise, honestly. It's Sony, and after seeing Venom, it would not. I would not put it past Avi Arad and Sony at all.
But then, like, it's really strange because why? Like, sure, do Kraven's Last Hunt. Just replace Spider-Man with Venom. It works, like, story-wise. It works better for what they're trying to set up than just having Spider-Man in there, but then not in Venom. The place that people wanted him in.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But I suppose at the same time, if he is actually going to be in this and they wanted to be in it, that because there's that rumor that apparently the Kraven and Black Cat movies are going to be canon to the MCU.
Why not?
So I suppose that, like, throws that away. But
yeah, it's a weird scenario that they're in, and I mean, I think Kraven is a less Morbius, where Morbius can work without Spider-Man, but Kraven kind of inherently at some point it feels like you need to have that run in. So yeah,
it's also like, Morbius is. I don't think Morbius is going to be a movie that can make money because, like, who the hell knows Morbius? It's not a Venom situation. I think Kraven's even worse than that.
Yeah,
it's like Kraven doesn't really work. Like, if you're gonna take Kraven away from Spider-Man, he only kind of really works with Black Panther.
Yeah, and it's also, I will say, like, if both of these movies end up coming out and neither one, like, between Kraven or Morbius feature anything Spider-Man, I think Morbius will be the one that makes more money because vampires are easier to sell than dude in a leotard, a loincloth, wearing pelts in the jungle. Like,
he has a lion's face for a chest.
right. Like, I think a vampire is easier to sell, specifically with someone like Jared Leto, than, unless they're gonna get like The Rock to play Kraven or something. Then he's in the jungle. Then he's gonna make like $2 billion with ease. So
I mean, let's be honest. The perfect Kraven's Aquaman right now.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, no, I'd been fine with Jason Momoa as Kraven in the MCU, but nope.
Same.
Oh well.
Yeah.
But I really don't know. I just don't understand why it's an origin and they're doing the Last Hunt. Like, surely doing an origin would be more effective.
I mean, do you think the people that are looking at Kraven's Last Hunt know what, like, it's the Lethal Protector thing where everybody was squawking, but Lethal Protector don't need Venom. It's a solo story. I was like, have you ever actually picked up the damn comic? Because
Spider-Man's on half the covers.
Yeah, like,
he was in there.
He's integral to that. So what do you like?
Not that the movie really did the Lethal Protector, as far as I can remember.
Oh, not at all.
I know they just kind of said it, but not said it at the end of that movie. But
yeah, it was weird.
They'll probably do that in this at the end. It's like, this is my last hunt. And it's like,
oh God.
Like knife and fork in the scenery, just like, my last one.
When I get out of here, there's gonna be a last hunt.
Oh no. God.
Oh.
End me now, please. It's like,
Armin gives the movie 10 out of 10 to scene chewing.
Just get me out of this timeline. I don't want to be in it.
Oh God. I don't know, like, I don't want to sound like we're just hating on it before it happens, but you can't do Kraven's Last Hunt as an origin story. Like, come on.
No.
Oh.
I don't think you can make a solo Kraven movie either. But, they're sure as hell gonna maybe possibly try. Exactly. After the starting opening, I don't think they did try, but
True.
They'll do something. That's for certain.
And something that'll happen. So we'll talk more about Kraven the moment we know more, I guess. I mean, I don't know.
No, they'll do something. There you go.
Oh.
That's really bad.
Oh.